Do you reach for a warm bowl of oatmeal in the morning, feeling good about making a healthy choice? You're not alone. For decades, oatmeal has been hailed as a cornerstone of a healthy diet, especially as we get a little wiser and focus more on our heart and digestion. It's comforting, easy to prepare, and packed with fiber. But what if I told you that this beloved breakfast staple, the one you painstakingly prepare with the best intentions, could actually be working against you? What if the very things you're adding to make it taste better, or perhaps just out of habit, are transforming it from a superfood into something that's quietly, subtly, undermining your health? It's a painful reality, isn't it? To think we're doing everything right, only to find out there's a hidden truth. Many wonderful folks, just like you and me, are unknowingly turning their wholesome oatmeal into a silent saboteur, contributing to things like energy crashes, digestive upset, or even issues with blood sugar that they can't quite put their finger on. The secret lies not in the oats themselves, but in some very common additions that, when combined with oatmeal, can turn it into something quite detrimental to your well-being. In this video, we're going to pull back the curtain on 7 common foods that, surprisingly, turn oatmeal from a health hero into a health hazard. We'll explore why these combinations are problematic and, more importantly, what simple, delicious swaps you can make to ensure your oatmeal truly nourishes you, keeping you feeling vibrant and energetic. Stay with me, because if you've been eating oatmeal for years, there's something waiting for you at the very end of this video that will truly surprise you. Now, let's dive right into the heart of the matter, uncovering these surprising combinations. The very first culprit, and perhaps the most common one we unknowingly add to our seemingly healthy oatmeal, is refined sugars and sugary syrups. Think about it: a steaming bowl of oatmeal, naturally wholesome and full of complex carbohydrates, is often drowned in spoonfuls of white sugar, brown sugar, maple syrup, agave nectar, or even those little packets of flavored oatmeal that come pre-sweetened. We might even sprinkle in a handful of chocolate chips or mini candies, believing we're just adding a little treat. But here's the truth: when you load your oatmeal with these refined sugars, you're essentially turning a slow-digesting, fiber-rich meal into a fast-acting sugar bomb. Oatmeal's magic lies in its soluble fiber, which helps to slow down digestion, stabilize blood sugar, and keep you feeling full for longer. But introduce a rush of refined sugar, and you completely derail this process. Your body quickly absorbs the sugar, leading to a rapid spike in blood glucose levels, followed by an equally rapid crash. This roller coaster effect leaves you feeling tired, irritable, and often craving even more sugar just a couple of hours later. For those of us mindful of managing our energy throughout the day, or especially those concerned with blood sugar balance, this is exactly what we want to avoid. Beyond the immediate energy crash, consistently consuming high amounts of refined sugar contributes to systemic inflammation, which is a root cause for so many age-related health challenges. From joint discomfort to heart issues, it also adds empty calories, which can lead to unwanted weight gain over time. Despite thinking you're eating a healthy breakfast, instead of reaching for the sugar bowl, consider more natural ways to sweeten your oatmeal. A handful of fresh berries, blueberries, raspberries, or sliced strawberries not only add natural sweetness, but also a boost of antioxidants and more fiber. A sliced banana can also provide a lovely sweetness and creamy texture, for a hint of warmth without the sugar. Try spices like cinnamon, nutmeg, or a dash of vanilla extract. These spices not only enhance flavor, but some, like cinnamon, even have a beneficial effect on blood sugar regulation. It's a simple switch, but its impact on your daily energy and long-term health is profound. Moving on, let's talk about something many folks might not even consider pairing with oatmeal. Yet it happens, especially when we're trying to make a savory breakfast: fried foods and processed meats. I'm talking about crumbling bacon bits into your bowl, mixing in pieces of sausage, or even stirring in bits of heavily processed ham. While savory oatmeal can be delicious, The way we achieve that savory flavor makes all the difference. These processed meats and fried foods are typically loaded with unhealthy saturated fats, trans fats, and an alarming amount of sodium. They often contain nitrates and other preservatives that, when consumed regularly, have been linked to an increased risk of heart disease and other chronic conditions. Remember, one of the primary benefits of oatmeal is its role in supporting cardiovascular health by helping to lower cholesterol. Introducing these unhealthy fats and high sodium levels directly counteracts those benefits. You're essentially adding elements that strain your heart and arteries, turning a heart-healthy meal into one that burdens your circulatory system. The heavy processing these meats undergo also strips them of many natural nutrients and replaces them with compounds that are difficult for your body to process, leading to digestive discomfort for some and general inflammation. Imagine adding a powerful antioxidant to your body, then immediately following it with something that creates a huge inflammatory response. That's what happens when you combine these. If you enjoy savory oatmeal, there are much better, heart-friendly ways to create it. Think about incorporating healthy fats like a slice or two of avocado, or a drizzle of good quality olive oil. You could add sautéed vegetables like spinach, mushrooms, or roasted tomatoes, which provide vitamins, minerals, and additional fiber. Herbs like chives or parsley can add a burst of fresh flavor without any of the downsides. A sprinkle of nutritional yeast can give a cheesy, umami flavor. And for protein, instead of processed meats, consider a perfectly poached egg, a handful of toasted nuts, or even some black beans. These alternatives allow you to enjoy a savory, satisfying bowl without sabotaging your health goals. Now, let's tackle our third surprising addition: artificial sweeteners. For years, these seemed like the perfect solution for satisfying our sweet tooth without the calories. You might reach for a packet of Splenda, Equal, or NutraSweet to sweeten your oatmeal, thinking you're making the smart choice. After all, they don't spike your blood sugar like refined sugar does. Right. Well, that's where the waters get a bit murky. While artificial sweeteners might not contain calories or directly raise blood glucose in the same way, a growing body of research is shedding light on their less than ideal impact on our bodies, particularly our gut microbiome. Your gut is home to trillions of bacteria, a complex ecosystem that plays a crucial role in everything from digestion and nutrient absorption to immune function and even mood. Studies suggest that artificial sweeteners can negatively alter the balance of this delicate gut flora, reducing the diversity of beneficial bacteria and potentially leading to issues like digestive upset, bloating, and even a compromised immune system. Some research even indicates that despite being calorie-free, artificial sweeteners might confuse the body's metabolic response, leading to increased sugar cravings later in the day and potentially impacting insulin sensitivity over time. It's a counterintuitive outcome for something designed to be healthy, turning your oatmeal from a gut-friendly fiber source into something that might disrupt this vital internal balance, instead of artificial sweeteners. If fresh fruit and spices aren't sweet enough for your palate, consider natural, minimally processed alternatives. A very small amount of pure stevia or monk fruit extract can offer sweetness without the same metabolic or gut concerns, though even these should be used sparingly to help retrain your taste buds to appreciate less intense sweetness. The goal is to gradually reduce your reliance on any form of concentrated sweetener and allow the natural flavors of whole foods to shine through. It's a journey, but one that leads to a healthier relationship with food and a happier gut. Continuing our journey to make your oatmeal truly nourishing, let's talk about our fourth surprisingly problematic addition: excessive dried fruits, especially those with added sugar. Now, before you gasp, let me be clear: fruit, in its whole form, is fantastic for you. It's full of vitamins, minerals, and fiber. But dried fruit is a different story. When fruit is dried, its water content is removed, which concentrates all of its sugars into a much smaller package. And here's the kicker: Many commercially available dried fruits, like cranberries, cherries, or even apricots, have additional sugar added to them during processing, sometimes even cane sugar or corn syrup, to make them taste sweeter and preserve them. So, when you pile on a generous serving of these sugary dried fruits into your oatmeal, you're essentially adding a concentrated burst of sugar without the water that helps you feel full, and often, without as much of the original fiber. This can lead to a quicker blood sugar spike compared to fresh fruit, making you hungry again sooner and potentially contributing to dental issues due to the sticky, sugary residue. It also packs a lot of calories into a small serving, which might work against your goals if you're mindful of your calorie intake. The health halo of fruit can be misleading here. To keep your oatmeal fruit-friendly and truly beneficial, prioritize fresh or frozen berries, sliced apples, pears, or peaches. These options provide natural sweetness, a higher water content, and all the fiber you need to feel satisfied. If you absolutely love dried fruit, choose unsweetened varieties and use them sparingly. As a garnish rather than a main component, a little goes a long way. This simple shift ensures you get the fruit benefits without the sugar overload. Next up, let's address something that often seems like a healthy protein boost but can secretly undermine your efforts: highly processed nut butters. You grab a jar, thinking it's a great source of healthy fats and protein. And indeed, natural, single-ingredient nut butters are wonderful. They provide healthy fats, protein, and various nutrients. However, many of the nut butters on supermarket shelves are far from natural. They're loaded with added sugars, unhealthy hydrogenated oils, like palm oil or partially hydrogenated vegetable oils, and sometimes even artificial flavors or preservatives. These added ingredients transform a nutritious food into something that can contribute to inflammation, increase unhealthy cholesterol levels, and counteract the heart-healthy benefits of your oatmeal. Hydrogenated oils, in particular, are sources of trans fats, which are known to be detrimental to cardiovascular health. The added sugars, as we discussed earlier, create that blood sugar roller coaster and contribute to weight gain. You might think you're adding a dollop of goodness, but if you check the ingredient list and see anything other than peanuts or almonds, and maybe a touch of salt, you're likely adding a dose of unnecessary and unhealthy additives. The solution here is straightforward: always choose natural, single-ingredient nut butters. Look for jars where the only ingredient listed is the nut itself, or perhaps the nut and a tiny bit of salt. These pure versions are rich in healthy fats, protein, and the natural goodness of the nuts without any hidden nasties. If you can, make your own. It's incredibly simple to blend roasted nuts in a food processor until creamy. And remember, even healthy fats are calorie-dense, so a tablespoon or two is usually sufficient. This ensures you get all the benefits without the hidden drawbacks. Our sixth item on the list might surprise you because it's often touted as healthy sugary yogurts and flavored milks. Many of us reach for a fruit on the bottom yogurt or pour a generous amount of flavored almond, soy, or oat milk into our oatmeal, believing we're adding creaminess and a boost of dairy or plant-based goodness. But take a moment to look at the nutrition label, and you'll often find a startling amount of added sugar. Some fruit-flavored yogurts can contain as much sugar as a candy bar, and even seemingly innocent flavored plant milks can be packed with sweeteners. When these sugary dairy or plant alternatives are combined with your oatmeal, you're layering sugar upon sugar, even if you're not adding extra granulated sugar. These additions alone can significantly increase the total sugar content of your breakfast, leading to the same blood sugar spikes, energy crashes, and inflammatory responses we discussed earlier. Furthermore, many flavored yogurts and milks contain artificial flavors and thickeners that don't contribute any nutritional value and can sometimes lead to digestive upset for sensitive individuals. You start with a simple, wholesome grain and end up with a breakfast that's more like dessert. The better approach is to opt for plain, unsweetened yogurt. Greek yogurt offers extra protein, and unsweetened plant-based milks like almond, soy, or oat milk. These provide the desired creaminess and protein or calcium without the hidden sugars. You can then add your own natural sweetness using fresh fruit, a dash of cinnamon, or a tiny drizzle of pure maple syrup if absolutely necessary. This way, you control the ingredients and ensure your oatmeal remains a truly wholesome and energizing meal, supporting your blood sugar stability and overall well-being. It's all about taking control back from those hidden sugars. And finally, for our seventh and last hidden pitfall, let's talk about refined grains, particularly sugary, processed granolas. You might add a handful for crunch and flavor, which seems like a sensible idea. However, much like the other items we've discussed, not all granolas are created equal. Many store-bought granolas are essentially oat-based cookies disguised as a health food. They're often high in added sugars, unhealthy fats, and contain refined grains that have been stripped of their beneficial fiber and nutrients. When you add these highly processed granolas to your oatmeal, you're not adding more whole grain goodness. You're often adding empty calories, a hefty dose of sugar, and potentially inflammatory ingredients. This again defeats the purpose of starting with nutritious oatmeal. It becomes a double dose of refined carbohydrates and sugar, leading to that familiar cycle of blood sugar spikes and subsequent crashes, leaving you feeling sluggish rather than energized. The simple, effective swap here is to choose whole grain, low-sugar granolas that explicitly list whole oats, nuts, and seeds as their primary ingredients. With minimal added sweeteners, even better, you can make your own simple granola at home using rolled oats, nuts, seeds, and a touch of natural sweetener like a tiny bit of maple syrup or honey, baked until crispy. Alternatively, for that satisfying crunch without any added sugars or refined ingredients, simply sprinkle in a mix of unsalted nuts and seeds like almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, or pumpkin seeds. These offer healthy fats, protein, and fiber, enhancing your oatmeal's nutritional profile without any hidden, toxic surprises. This way, you get the texture and taste you desire while keeping your breakfast aligned with your health goals. So, we've walked through 7 seemingly innocent additions that can quietly transform your beloved bowl of oatmeal from a powerful health ally into something that works against your well-being. From the hidden sugars lurking in everyday sweeteners and dried fruits, to the inflammatory fats in processed meats and certain nut butters, and even the gut-disrupting potential of artificial sweeteners and sugary yogurts, it's clear that our best intentions can sometimes be led astray by misleading packaging and old habits. The key takeaway here isn't to abandon oatmeal. Far from it, it's about becoming a more informed, empowered consumer, making choices that truly support your health and vitality at every age. Think about it. For years, we've been told oatmeal is good for us, and it absolutely is. It's a fantastic source of soluble fiber, which is crucial for heart health, digestion, and maintaining stable blood sugar. It offers sustained energy, helps with satiety, and can be a wonderful canvas for nutrient-dense additions. The problem has never been the humble oat itself, but rather the modern-day tendency to overload it with ingredients that strip away its natural goodness and introduce elements that our bodies struggle to process effectively. We're often adding calories and chemicals without adding any true nutritional value. Remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about progress. You don't have to overhaul your entire pantry overnight. Start with 1 or 2 changes. Perhaps you begin by simply swapping refined sugar for a handful of fresh berries and a sprinkle of cinnamon. Or maybe you take a moment to read the label on your nut butter jar and switch to a single ingredient version. These small, conscious decisions add up over time to create a significant positive impact on your health. It's about understanding what truly nourishes your body and making choices that align with feeling your best, more energetic, more clear-headed, and more comfortable in your own skin. For example, when we talked about refined sugars, we learned how they can lead to those energy crashes by choosing natural sweetness from fruits or a hint of spice. you can maintain steady energy levels throughout your morning, avoiding that mid-morning slump and the cravings that often follow. When it comes to fried and processed meats, making the switch to healthy fats like avocado or lean protein like a poached egg not only supports your heart, but also provides sustained fullness without the inflammatory burden. And for those artificial sweeteners, simply appreciating the subtle sweetness of oats with natural additions allows your taste buds to recalibrate, leading to less intense sugar cravings over time and supporting a healthier gut. The same principles apply to the other foods we discussed. Opting for unsweetened dried fruits in moderation, or better yet, fresh options, means you get the antioxidants and fiber without the concentrated sugar hit. Choosing natural nut butters ensures you're benefiting from healthy fats and protein without the trans fats and added sugars that can quietly harm your heart and contribute to inflammation. Swapping sugary yogurts and flavored milks for their plain, unsweetened counterparts keeps your blood sugar stable and avoids unnecessary artificial ingredients. And finally, selecting whole grain, low-sugar granolas or simply adding nuts and seeds gives you that satisfying crunch and additional nutrients without turning your breakfast into a sugar-laden dessert. These aren't just dietary changes, they're acts of self-care. They're about empowering yourself with knowledge to make better choices for your long-term health and vitality. As we age, our bodies become a little more sensitive to what we put into them. They appreciate the whole, unprocessed foods and react less favorably to the artificial and overly processed. By making these thoughtful adjustments to your oatmeal, you're not just improving one meal, you're setting a positive tone for your entire day and contributing to your overall well-being. You're supporting healthy digestion, maintaining stable blood sugar, nurturing a strong heart, and fueling your body with the sustained energy it needs to truly enjoy every moment. Now, for that something special I promised you at the end, something that might truly surprise you. After all this talk about what to avoid, here's the powerful secret: the healthiest, most effective way to enjoy oatmeal isn't just about what you add, but how you prepare it. The real game changer for unlocking oatmeal's full potential, especially as we get older, is by soaking your oats overnight or cooking them very slowly. This simple, often overlooked step reduces phytic acid, an anti-nutrient naturally found in oats, making the beneficial minerals like iron, zinc, and calcium much more absorbable by your body. Soaking also makes the oats even easier to digest, reducing any potential for bloating or discomfort. It means you're getting maximum nutritional benefit from every single spoonful, truly turning your oatmeal into a powerhouse breakfast that supports your body in the best way possible. Beyond just avoiding those toxic additions, it's about maximizing the good that's already there. I really hope this conversation has been helpful and eye-opening for you. I truly believe that small, consistent changes are the most powerful way to achieve lasting health. If anything in this video resonated with you, or if you have a favorite healthy oatmeal topping that you swear by, please share it in the comments below. Your experiences and tips can inspire others in our wonderful community. And if you found this information valuable, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps our channel reach more people who could benefit from this knowledge. Also, consider subscribing if you haven't already, so you don't miss out on future videos designed to help you live your best, most vibrant life. Remember, every day is a new opportunity to nourish your body and make choices that support your vitality. Don't let old habits hold you back from feeling your absolute best. You have the power to make these simple changes and truly thrive. Live your best life at every age.